Yeah, hello, my wonderful students. You're welcome to another class with Mr. Olukorede. I want to believe you guys have a wonderful day. Okay, so today we are going to continue from where we stopped the last time. We were looking at some questions under statistics and modular arithmetic. So we are going to continue from there today. So I have some questions I want us to treat together. So get your writing materials ready and let's begin the class. Don't forget to invite your friends. Let them know the class has started. And don't forget the usual bit. Once you join the class, make sure you greet everyone and also tap the like button. And if today is your first time joining us, you are especially welcome to Math with Mr. Olukorede. So don't forget, if you love what we are doing here, don't forget to click on the subscription button and also the notification button. Okay, so let us get set and let's inform our friends that the class is about starting. Thank you very much. Okay, this course, you're welcome to class. Adebayo, you're welcome to class. Mojisola Ademi, you're welcome to class. Along from you're welcome to class. Okay. All right. So now let's start with this question on the board. Don't forget, make sure you greet everyone as you're joining the class. Okay. Greet everyone and also tap the like button. Make sure you do that. Okay. All right. Let's look at the question here. Now the question says the marks obtained by 40 students in a class are given below. So these are the marks, scored by 40 students. So a student scored 12, while some score, a student scored 8, another person scored 18, another one scored 6, and so on. Okay, they are all 40 in number. Okay, so now the question wants you to construct the frequency table using this interval 1 to 5, 6 to 10, and so on. So that's the first thing we're going to do here. Okay, can we go on and do that? All right, so construct a table, this form. Okay, now the first column should be for the class interval. Class interval. Okay, the next one is a tally. So we have the frequency, and here we have the class boundary. Okay, so now let's look at the class intervals we have here. All right, don't forget, while you are doing that, you have to look at the data we have. What is the maximum number, the biggest number we have here? I think that's 24. Okay, so once the interval captures everything we have here, so you just need to stop. All right, so let's start. Okay, we have 1 to 5. So the next one is what? 6 to 10. Next one is 11 to what? To 15. Okay, the class width is 5. You can count it this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 to 5. So next one, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, the next one, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the next one will be what? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's just an interval of a class width of 5. So we have 16 to 20. All right, so we have 21 to 25. Okay, so now I'm looking at what we have here. So look at it. I think the maximum here is 24. If I go on with 25 to 30, so there is no number now that will fit in with that interval. So I just have to stop here. All right, so now let's go through the tally. Now we look for numbers that lie between 1 and 5. Okay, so we ring any number that falls within this range. Can we quickly do that? Okay, so let's look at it. So 1 to 5, we have 1. Okay, next 1, 2. Okay, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. Okay, I think that's all. 7. So we have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 here. Okay. So now let's move down to the next thing. So from 6 to 10, 6 to 10. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8. So we have 8 altogether. 6 to 10, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8. All right, now, so 11 to 15. 11 to 15. So can we count now? 11 to 15, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11. So we have 11. So 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 here. Okay, so the next one is 16 to 20. And let's look at it, 16 to 20. 16 to 20, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. That's all, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. All right, so the last one, 21 to 25. 21 to 25, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 here. All right, so I think we have exhausted everything here. So now you check if the addition of this is 40. So you need to confirm and verify whether you've done the right thing. So now let's add this and this together. This is 15. Now 15 plus 11, that's 26, right? 15 plus 11, okay? So that is 26. So now can we add that to this? That is what? 34. Now 34 plus this, that's 40. So that means what we did is correct. Okay, so we have done the first part of the question. This is what we call the frequency table. Okay, so now the next thing now is to draw the histogram and the frequency polygon. Now to do that, I must have a table for class boundary. So without class boundary, I cannot do histogram, I cannot do frequency polygon. So you have that at the back of your mind. So that's the reason I have to create another table here. Okay, so now how do we do that? So all we need to do now is we take is 0.5 from this lower class interval. Okay, the lower class, you take 0.5 from here and you add 0.5 to this. Okay, so and you have this. So we do that. So for the first one, we have 0.5 to 5.5. So I hope you guys can hear me. You can see the board clearly. All right. Can you see the board clearly? Can you hear me? All right, can we all see the board? Okay. All right, okay. Yes, I just want to be sure that you can hear me. All right, so now we do the same thing here. So you take 0.5 from here, you add 0.5 to this, you have 5.5 to 10.5. Now what of this? You have 10.5 to 15.5. Now what of the next one? That's 15.5 to 20.5. And the last one, we have 20.5 to 25.5. All right, for doing this alone, there will be a mark for you. So you can see, let me show you where marks will be awarded. For showing us your tally, there's a mark. For your frequency, there's a mark. For your class boundary, there is a mark, right? So once all of these are done correctly, so you must have earned yourself about 3 points. Okay, so now the next thing is to draw the histogram. So how do we go about the histogram? So that's what we want to do now, and we are going to obtain the mode. So let's make use of this. I have to clean this side. And don't forget, if you have not subscribed to this channel, ensure you do that so that this will not be the last time you're going to be seeing me on this platform. So ensure you subscribe, tap the like button, okay? Okay, so now this is the information. Yeah, okay, so here we have another one. Let's say we go to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So can we leave here now? Frequency. All right, so I want you to um, look at my graph here. So I'm going to explain how my graph looks like. Okay, so we have the lines you're supposed to have. So now, but let me explain now. This line that we have here now is assumed to be the thick lines that you have in your graph. For those of you that make use of the WAEC standard graph sheet, okay, from one thick line to another thick line we have 10 boxes. Okay, so that's what I'm using. That's the standard I'm using here. So from here to here, so this is a thick line, thick line, thick line, thick line, thick line. So in between thick lines, we have 10 boxes. All right. So the same thing also applies to this. We have from here to here is 10 boxes, 10 boxes, 10 boxes, 10 boxes, okay, and so on. All right. So that is that. Okay. So now, can we now go ahead and see how we can now enter this into our graph? So now the first thing is this. Now is 0.5 class boundary of 0.5 to 5.5. So, and this is the interval. So that interval has a frequency of 7. Now, where do we have 7 in our frequency here? Now look at it now, 6, 7. So I said that we have 10 boxes here. So you count 5 boxes up, because now I make use of 2 centimeters to represent 2 units here. Okay, so now, so that means here, this place is going to be 7. All right, so this place is going to be 7 here. So you just count 10 boxes up 6. 5 boxes, sorry, up 6. So that's how you arrive at your 7. So now to locate this point now, so you use your ruler on your thick line. It will go up to meet 7. You draw it up to 7. So you do this with your graph. Okay, so that's the first one. Now let's look at the next one. That's 8. So this interval here, move down to 8. So I continue down to 8. Okay, this is 8. Okay, down to 8 is 8. Okay. Now can you see that? So what's the next thing we are moving down to? So that is 11. 11. So 11, I count how many boxes are above 10? That is 5 boxes. So let's do it up here. Let's assume this is 10 here. We have 10 here, and this is 11. So sorry, 12. This is going to be, so this is 11 here. Okay, can you see that now? So now if this is your 10 and this is your 12, 11 is going to be in between the middle of 10 and 12. Okay, so just trace it down. So okay, so now the next one is 8. Next one is 8. Okay, 8. Okay, that is 8. Why the last one is 6? Last one is 6. Okay, so now what we have here now is the histogram. That's the histogram. Okay, so if you are given this type of question in your exam, so this should be drawn on your graph sheets. Okay, and you take the measurement degree, we have it there. So now, but before I continue, I want to just make this known to all of us. that this diagram, this histogram is valid provided we label the axis. Now you must tell us that what we have here is the class boundary and what we have here is the frequency. So very, very important. Many students usually forget to label. So, and the penalty for that is very severe. So make sure that you remember to label your graph. That gives meaning to the graph. Okay, so because a graph without label does not have meaning. So to interpret a graph, I need to see the label. So I know what all this represents and what this represents. Okay, so please make sure you take note of that. All right, we have done the histogram. Now the question now asks us to find the mode. So I'm just going to show you the method to get the mode. So I'm not going to give you the exact value for the mode because I don't have my graph here. Okay, so this is just a sketch. All right, so now to get the mode, now you look for the rectangle that has the highest frequency. So this is the rectangle with the highest frequency. So now the class boundary for that is from 10.5 to 15.5. So now how do you now get the mode? Now just go to the corner of the highest rectangle, this corner here. Now you take a broken line down to this next rectangle to hit. Okay, so you bring it down like this, broken line. So you make use of your ruler so that it will be straight. All right. So the same thing you do for this. So from this angle here down to what we have here, you do it down with your ruler, with your ruler. So now that point of intersection, now you now trace it down. You make use of your ruler to trace it down so that you have a perfect answer. So you trace it down here. So now by the time you trace it down, now this point, there's a point here. So you just take the reading of the points here. Whatever you get here is your mode. So if this one is x now, whatever you have here, so your mode is going to be x. Okay, so you can display this one on your graph and you verify your answer. All right, so that's that. Now the next thing is to draw the frequency polygon. So how do we get the frequency polygon? Now, what we want to draw is a polygon. So now to locate the point, we are making use of this as well. So, but the point is going to be at the middle of, is the midpoint of the class interval. That's where we're going to locate the point. The midpoint, that is the middle of the class interval or the class boundary. Okay, so now the midpoint here now is counting 5 boxes. So the middle here now. So for the first one, x is that class boundary is 7. So we have 7 here. For the next one is 8. So the middle here, the middle here. Okay, so you can just trace it. So these points are the points of the frequency polygon. So now the next thing now is to join the points together. But before you join it together, so that we are going to have a complete polygon. Now we have 10 boxes here too, which is not part of the histogram. Okay, so just count 5 boxes here too. So and locate a point here. The same thing also applies to this. Count 5 boxes here and locate. So you are going to close it up on it. So take your ruler. Please ensure you don't use broom. You use ruler to do this. So you join together. It's your ruler. Now, this final one, you just bring it down here. Okay. Okay, so can you see that now? That is the frequency polygon. And see the frequency polygon. So that's what we have now, right? So that is the answer to that problem. So I want to believe you all understand that. So okay, so we are moving down to another question. So if you have any reservation based on what you have done, you can drop your question. So I quickly attend to it before I move on to the next thing. Yes. Any question based on what I've just done? If you have any question, you can drop before I move to the next thing. Any question? Do you all understand? Okay, so if you have done it, I think someone have done the mode. Okay, I can see 13.0. Okay, so if you have done that, that's good. So just take your reading. Okay, thank you, Sunday Samuel. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So now let's move down to another question for today. Okay, yes, yes, this is another question, right? So I've once done this question for us before, so I just want us to pay attention to it and let's see uh, what are the necessary things we need to take note when solving questions like this. I observe that many students still make mistake on this question. Very simple question, but they still make mistake on it. So now let us see how you are expected to solve this problem. Okay. Now the question says the mother spent the following amount of money for ingredients for a family meal. So we have tomato and so on. So now you have to represent the information on the pie chart. What is the fraction of oil and what percentage is the oil? Okay. So now what we need to do is just to construct a table for the sectorial angle for this. Okay. So now let's do that. So the first one is the ingredients. Ingredients. So the ingredients are tomato. We have rice. Okay, we have rice. We have oil. We have meat and vegetable. Okay. So now amount. Now amount in naira. So what do we have? We have 30. We have 90. We have 75. We have 300. We have 45. Okay, so now the next thing is to get the sectorial angle. Sectorial angle. Sectorial angle. So the sectorial angle. So before we do that, let's add all these together and see what do we have. Now when you add this and this together, now you have what? 120, right? So 120 plus 300, that gives you what? That's 420. 420 plus this plus 75, that's 495. Abi 495. That's going to be 540. Everything going to be 540. Okay, 540. So total is 540. All right. So now to get the sectorial angle for tomato, we have 30 over 540 times 360 degrees. The next one, 90 over 540 times 360 degrees. Now 75 over 540 times 360 degrees. Okay. So we have 300 over 540 times 360 degrees. And the last one, 445 over 540 times 360 degrees. I hope you understand that. So now let me quickly point your attention to this. Where many students make mistake. Sometimes you see students, we have, instead of writing 30 over 540, so what they will write is 30 over 360. So I want you to pay attention to that. Don't write 30 over 360. It's 30 over everything we have here times 360. All right. Okay, so now let us see, how do we simplify this? So now what I'm going to do now, I observe now that this and this is common to everything here. So to make my work easier, most especially if I'm not making use of the calculator, so to make it easier, now let me try and simplify this. And whatever I have, I'll just multiply the numerator here with it. So now let's see. So we have 360 over 540. So this will cancel this. And let's see, 2 goes here, 18. 2 goes here, that is 20. Okay, 2 goes here is 4. Okay, 2 goes here is 4, remainder 1, that's 47. Is that what we have? Sorry, that's going to be 27, sorry. So now we simplify this. 3 goes here, what? 3 goes here is 6, and 3 goes here is 9, right? Okay, so now let's simplify. We have 3 goes here again, that's 2. 3 goes here is 3, so we have 2 over 3. So that means this is 2 over 3. Do you understand now? So just simplify this. That's what you just need to work with. So others will be simple. Okay, so now let us now see. So I already know that 360 over 540 is 2 over 3. So once we're able to get that, we got we have it. So now, see what I'm going to do now. I'll just say to get the answer here, I'll say 30 times 2 over 3. So 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here 10. So 10 times 2, that's 20. So I have 20 degrees. Okay, the next one is going to be 90 times 2 over 3. Okay, so now 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here 30. Okay, so now 30 times 2, that's 60 degrees. So we have 60 degrees. Okay, so the next one, that will be 75 times 2 over 3. So 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here 25. 25 times 2, that gives you 50. Okay, so that means I have 50 degrees. Okay, now can we move down to the next one? This times 2 over 3. 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here what? 100. 100 times 2, that's 200. We have 200 degrees. And the last one, that is 45 times 2 over 3. Okay, 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here what? 15. So 15 times 2, that's 30 degrees. Okay, so you can see now that will make your work easier and faster. All right, so now to be sure that what you have here is correct, each of them are correct. So you add everything together and see if you're going to have 360. So if yours is not 360, that means something is wrong somewhere. All right. Okay. So now another thing you need to pay attention to, not to lose points. Ensure that you put units. Unit is very, very important. Okay. Because these are sectorial angles. So remember to put the units here. Right. So this 20 degrees, 60 degrees, 50 degrees, 200 degrees, 30 degrees, and so on. All right, so now what's the next thing to do now is to represent this on my pie charts. Pie charts. So let's do that. So you need to get a pair of compasses and your protractor. Okay, so you have this. You draw a circle with a convenient radius and you start. Now you can start with 20 degrees. So you take a measurement, make use of your protractor, right? So you take a measurement of 20. So you have 20 degrees. So when you take your measurement and you remember to label, because if you write 20 degrees and you don't put this one, it doesn't have meaning. So you put tomatoes. Okay, do you get that now? So next thing is to take the angle for rice. That's 60. So 60, have it this way, is 60 degrees. Okay, so now this angle is expected to be drawn with your protractor. Okay, your protractor will help you now to get the correct angle. All right, so what's the next one? We have 50. 50 for oil. So we have this. This is going to be 50 degrees, your oil. Okay, so what's the next one? 200. Now 200 is a very big angle. So now let me just get this first. Vegetable 30. So let me take that away. So vegetable. Okay, this angle here is 30 degrees. So we have the vegetable. Okay. So the leftover now is going to be for the meat. That's 200 degrees. That's the meat. So this is how your pie chart is going to look like. I hope every one of you understand that. You can see the board. Yes, do you get that? Okay. All right. So if you understand that, so let us see. Let's move down to the second part of the question. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's move down to the second part of the question. Now, what is the fraction of all? What is the fraction of all? I want to give you like um, 30 seconds to quickly give me that answer. So drop your answer in the comment section if you know the fraction of oil. What is the fraction of oil in this question? Okay, so now try that. I want us to do something. So I've been working all this while. So you should try something and let's see what you're going to have. What's the fraction of oil? The fraction of oil in this question. Anyone? Once you have your answer, you drop that in the comment section. Fraction of oil. Yes. What is the fraction of oil? Okay. What is the fraction of oil? Is anybody dropping the answer to that? Okay, I can see someone of 5. Who is this? This Kabil. Okay, that's a 5 over 20, 36. Yes, somebody got 50. Oh, 5 over 36. Okay. All right, I'm waiting for your answer. Just drop your answer if you have that. That's 5 over 36. Okay, 5 over 36. Okay, now let's quickly confirm that and see. I think everyone is getting 5 over 36. I don't think I have any other answer different from that. Okay, I can see 5 over 6. Probably that is the answer. That's divine. Bringing another answer different. Okay. All right. Okay, so now let's see if that is actually the answer to that. Okay, what is the fraction of oil? Now, don't forget, now you can look at it in different ways. You can get the fraction from the sectorial angle or from the amount. So let's check this. Now, oil is 50 and the total angle is what? 360. So I can write it this way, fraction of oil. Now it's going to be 50 over 360 degrees. Okay, so this will cancel this. So we have 5 over 36. Okay, so that's how to get fraction of oil. I hope you all understand that. Fraction of oil. So you just look for the value of oil here, that it's here. Now this 50 degrees is taken from 360 degrees. So it's going to be 50 over everything, which is 360. Okay, and this is what you have. Or better still, you come here now. You can have 5 over 540. Okay, so when you do that, you are still going to have 5 over 36. Is that taken? So that is what you have there. Okay, so now can we now move down to the next thing? Now, what is the percentage? What percentage is the whole? So what percentage would this one be now? What percentage is the whole? Yes, okay, so now let's quickly drop that one in the comment section. What percentage is the whole? Yes, is anybody giving us the answer now? What percentage is the whole? What percentage is the whole? Anyone? What percentage is the whole? Yes. What percentage is the whole? So once you get your answer, can you drop that in the comment section so that we move forward. What percentage is the oil? Okay. Okay, I can see Sunday Samuel. Okay, I can see 50%. 50% is the oil. 50%. 50%. Okay, 50%. 50% is the oil. Okay. 50%. All right, now let's verify if that is true. Now let's verify because I can see virtually all of you said 50%. Now, don't forget, I told you the last time that when we say 100%, it's the same thing as 1. When I say 100 over 100, 100 divided by 100 is the same thing as 1. So if I'm converting, I want to find the percentage of oil. Okay, so now it's just a fraction of oil times 100%. That gives me the percentage of oil. So since I already know the fraction of oil, so I'll just have 5 over 36 times 100%. Okay, so that's what we have. And that is the same thing as 500 over 36%. Okay, so now let's begin to simplify that. So what do we have when you simplify that? So that is 250 over 18. Okay, and we still divide by 2? Yes. All right, so that is 125 over 9%. Okay, so how many 9 are you going to see in 12? So we have 1. Okay, it remains 3. All right, so how many 9 are you going to see in 35? Okay, so that's going to be 3. Okay, so we have 3 plus 5, that's going to, we have 8 left, so we have 8 over 9%. So this is going to be the percentage. 13 whole number, 8 over 9. So I want you to put your hands together for me. So I'm the only person that have the correct answer. I don't think anybody have dropped that in the comment section. I've not. Oh, wow. All right, I think I now have. Okay, so I can see good number of people now dropping the answer. Okay, so if you get the answer, you put your hands together for yourself, and also you also put your hands together for me. Okay, so that's good. That's 13.8. 13.8. So it's the same thing as 13.8. Okay, so that's that. So thank you very much. So now yes, we quickly touch an aspect in modular arithmetic. So let us look at some questions under modular arithmetic. So some key points. Okay, now let me just bring this one and let's see. The question we've solved before. Let's see how we can go through this. Okay, so x squared minus 10x plus 21 equals 0. Mode 2. Okay, so look at this question. So how do we solve this? Okay, so now this is a quadratic modular arithmetic. So you just find a way of factorizing this. So we have x squared. So we have two numbers. So the sum is what? Negative 10, and the product is what? Plus 21. Okay, so what are the two numbers needed? So we have negative 7 and negative 3. So we have negative 7, negative 3. When you add this together, you have this. When you multiply together, you have 21. So we have negative 7x, negative 2x plus 21 plus 0 in mode 2. Okay, so what's the GCD of these two terms? We have x. So x minus 7. Find the GCD of these two terms. That's negative 2. We have x minus 7. Okay, now this is supposed to be 3. Okay, sorry. Okay, pardon. So that's 3. Okay, equals to 0 mode 2. All right, so you have to cross check to be sure that when you open this bracket, you have this back. So now, what is the factor here? Let's factor out x minus 7. So when you factor that out, you are left with x minus 3 equals to 0 in mode 2. All right, so we have two numbers multiplying each other to have 0. So it's either x minus 7 is 0 or x minus 3 is 0, all in mode 2. So we have x equals to 7 or x equals to 3 in mode 2. All right, so look at these two answers now. We can't leave any of them in this form because they are bigger than the modulo. So now let's work on them. Now we have x in mode 2, x equals to 7 in mode 2. That's going to be, when you divide this by 2, so you have what? You have 2 times 3 plus 1 in mode 2. The same thing also applies to 3. So we have or x equals to 2 times 1 plus 1 in mode 2. So therefore, x equals to 1 twice. You get that now? Because the answer to this, which is the same thing as 7, is 1. And the answer to this, which is the same thing as 3, is also 1. So we're having 1 appearing 2 times. So and that's going to be the answer to the problem. All right, so I hope you understand that. So can we take another one? Let's move up. Yeah. Now find the remainder. Find the remainder when when 19 raised of 35 is divided by divided by 5. Yeah. Okay, so it's divided by 5. So let's see. Now to do this, so now let's pay attention to the base here. So we pay attention to that. Okay, so now we have 19. Just write out the base. 19 equals to 5 times 3 plus 4 in mode 5. Now the divisor is the mode. The divisor is the mode, so you just express this 19 in mode 5. So we have 19 equals to 4 mode 5. So that's how you begin with. All right. Now my objective is, let me find a way of making this 1 to turn to 1. So once I get that, so I don't have any problem again. So that means my problem is partially solved. So now what I will do now, let me square both sides. So I have 19 squared equals to 4 squared mode 5. All right, so 19 squared equals to, now this is going to give you what? 16. 16 mod 5. Do you get that now? So you express 16 in mod 5. You have 19 squared equals to 5 times 3 plus what? Plus 1 in mod 5. So now our objective have been achieved. So we have 19 raised to 2 equals to 1 mod 5. Okay? So now don't forget where we are going to. We want to arrive here. So now I now begin to think of a number such that I will multiply with this power that will give me 37. And I'll look at 35 rather. So 35 is odd number. And so I may not be able to get a number that will give me this, but let me look for a number that will multiply with 2 that will give me a number close to this. All right. What if I multiply with 17? All right. So I multiply both powers by 17 too. I have 19 raised to the power of 2 times 17 equals to 1 raised to the power of 17 in mod 5. Okay, so this gives me what? So now this is 19 raised to the power of 34 equals to, now 1 raised to the power of 17 is still the same thing. So we have mod 5. Okay. So now what I have here is 19 raised to the power of 35. So I have 34 here. So let me multiply both sides by 19. So I have 19 raised to the power of 34 times 19 equals to 1 times 19 in mod 5. So now this 19 is the same thing as 19 raised to the power of 1. So we have 19 raised to the power of 34 plus 1 equals to 19 in mod 5. All right, so I have 19 raised to the power of 35 equals to, now express this one in mod 5. That's going to be 5 times what? 5 times 3 plus 4. It's the same thing as 19 in mod 5. So that means 19 raised to the power of 35 equals to 4 mod 5. Okay, so now don't forget this is the remainder. So therefore the remainder is 4. The remainder is 4. So that's how to get that. So yes, guys, I want to believe you understand that explanation. Okay, so on this note, I'm going to be stopping here. So let's meet tomorrow for another class. So I want to believe you enjoy the class. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed to this channel and you're new a viewer, ensure you do that. And don't forget to also tap the like button before you leave. Yes, and you can always check my videos for more tips, mathematics tips. So you can always go there and look for questions and solution how problems are being solved. Okay, so thank you very much. So have a nice time. Bye bye.